And so Jesus looks at him with as much compassion as he ever did a blind man or a leper or a sick or wounded person. And he said his healing but shocking words, "You lack one thing." And the guy's heart, you can tell, begins to get excited. He's enthusiastic. You can almost see his tunic bouncing off his chest as he waits for Jesus to answer. Thinking, here it comes. The great chance to hear what the Lord will require of me and to prove that I will do whatever it takes. And as he is eagerly awaiting Jesus' next sentence, out it comes. Go and sell what you own and give it to the poor. Jesus says, and shocking the man to his feet, and the men surrounded them. Then come and follow me. Go, sell, give, come, and follow. It was a rich prescription for a wealthy man. But I do not think this man got the answer that he wanted. Because look at the next frame in the picture. Slowly the man pushes himself up off the dirt, turns around and picks up his keys to his Cadillac Escalade and drives back to his mansion overlooking the city. All the while, greedy. The disciples are standing there with their eyes bugging out. They are probably scratching their heads thinking, is this rabbi crazy or what? This rich man could have joined us and brought his money with him. We could have gently shown him how to let go of his money, how to feed the poor, and help those who are suffering. They were thinking that Jesus just blew this year's stewardship campaign. I mean, that's when Jesus turns to them and says, not once, but twice, how hard it will be to get into the kingdom. And to make sure they get the difficulty of what he's talking about, Jesus used an impossible image. He says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is wealthy to enter the kingdom of God. What? What? Where did that come from? Did Jesus just forget his morning meds, or is he working on a new Dr. Seuss novel? Some folks have actually tried to soften this because it sounds crazy by suggesting that the city gate that was there in Jerusalem, the city gate was actually called the Eye of the Needle, and that the camels entering there with the merchants would have to unload the camels and put the camels down on their knees so that they could get through the Eye of the Needle. It wouldn't be impossible, it'd be hard, but not impossible. Others have suggested that the Greek word for camel has actually been mistranslated. It's the Greek word for rope. So, you could put a rope through the eye of the needle. Well, that's pretty much in the vein of what I think Jesus was getting across. You can't really get a rope through the eye of a needle either. But I think it's fairly effective. At least it doesn't sound crazy. But the other way to understand this saying of putting a camel through the eye of a needle is to understand it as hyperbole. This is a rhetorical device used to drive home a point. For example, modern day hyperbole would be, you watched the game yesterday, Marshall playing. It would be Marshall's thundering herd to win the Super Bowl. That's pretty impossible. But you get the point. And so the disciples, which is why they asked the bottom line question, then who can be saved? Good question. And it seems that Jesus had some idea that they would get around asking it. For us, it is impossible. There's nothing we can do or say or have that will give us the keys to the kingdom. Like the rich man, we cannot purchase our way into the kingdom of God because the kingdom is not for sale. It's free. And just because it's free, though, does not mean it doesn't come with a price. Jesus saw in the rich man what he could not see for himself. The wealth that he had amassed was keeping him from living into the presence of God, which had created the person that he had created this man to be. Rather than owning the stuff owned him. He worried about his money. He spent time poring over his quarterly reports from his investments. He studied the stock market and he read the Wall Street Journal daily so that he could be financially informed. It was not a problem that he was wealthy. The problem was his life was being run by his wealth. And so it is with each of us, whether it is worry over money matters, addiction to substances or TV or eating, or wondering if we are smart enough, healthy enough, tall enough, or small enough. There's probably at least one thing that each of us could name that keeps us from living life more fully. I think I know that is true of myself. I think I sort of know how the man felt that day. And when I think that there is no way I can do what is required of me, then I remember Jesus looked on him with love. That Jesus knew what he was asking him to do would be impossible. And threading, as if he was threading a double-humped camel through the eye of a needle. This story is the only healing event in the entire Jesus narrative where the one who comes for healing walks away still broken and burdened. But I think